Moving on, we have Sarek's outfit and Amanda's outfit as seen in Star Trek 4. And to the far right, you can make out the Vulcan harp that was seen in the original series episode. Correction, it's a Vulcan lute. And a closer look at it. This head belongs to the species Suliban that was encountered during the adventures of Captain Archer in the series Star Trek Enterprise. And here's your typical Andorian. Blue skin, white hair, antenna. And of course, tribbles. Lots and lots of tribbles. Here we have your typical Ferengi male.
Star Trek trivia. The captains. Question.
And there you can see the staff of the Grand Nagus. And that's the top of the Grand Nagus' staff. In typical Ferengi style, he's got his hand full of gold-pressed latinum. In fact, here's more bars and strips of latinum.
Romulan ale. B. Earl Grey tea. Or C. Soran brandy.
This little gadget is a Ferengi ear comb. That's right, an ear comb. And this little gadget is a Ferengi tooth sharpener.
Was it A?
This was an alien featured in an early episode of Deep Space Nine, who is simply known as Tosk, played by the actor Scott McDonald. In fact, here's a picture of myself with actor Scott McDonald, if you want to know what he looks like. And of course, your typical Cardassian. Now this little thing here is one of the orb of the prophets, and below it is one of the arcs that stores said orb, featured prominently in the series Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Oh yeah, and this is the Rules of Acquisition written by Grand Nagus Gint. And of course currently there are 285 Rules of Acquisition. For you fans of the Worf Jadzia Dax relationship, this is their wedding uniform. Or I'm sorry, not wedding uniforms, wedding outfits. To the left, or rather to the right, is Jadzia Dax's outfit, and to the left is Worf's outfit. This wicked looking blade is the Sword of Kahless. It's sort of like the Excalibur sword in Klingon lore. And speaking of Klingons, this is the original Star Trek series Klingon uniform on the right, and one of the movie era uniforms to the left, I believe. And then panning to the left, you can see an assortment of daggers and knives used by the Klingons. Here's one of the most recognizable blades in the Star Trek universe and used by the Klingons. And here's a few other miscellaneous blades for you Klingon fans. And this blade was featured in Star Trek First Contact. And of course we have the Duras sisters, Lursa and B'Etor. And here we have a typical Klingon captain's chair with a couple of different disruptor weapons in its seat. Finally, we come to one of my personal favorite alien species in the Star Trek universe, the Borg. And this is the Borg Queen's skull, as seen in Star Trek First Contact. And this is your typical Borg drone. Close up of your simulated drone and an ocular implant. And a close-up of the Borg Queen skull. Another view of Quark's restaurant and bar from up here at the top of the experience. Right now it's kind of empty. Yesterday when I was here it was really, really full. And a shot from the rear of the gigantic 20-foot, maybe 15-foot model of the Constitution-class refit Enterprise. And here we get another view of the Galaxy-class Starship Enterprise. And from the rear, the Starship Voyager.